Hey, what is up, guys? Happy New Year from Elevate the World podcast. I'm Prince. We got Ange Fit here, and we got your boy Scotty, the body, in the house. All right, y'all are
What's up?
tuned in for episode 7, man. Episode 7. We are thankful to be here. Episode 7. So we are going to be talking about newbies in the gym, just how we can help new people out, what to look for, do's and don'ts, and just how to have the utmost success. As you start out your new fitness lifestyle and all that good stuff. If you're returning to it, whatever it may be, you know what I mean? But that's a big topic for this time of the year, and we won't end on that. All right. So what you got for us as a quote, Ange?
Okay, so this is more of a post. Okay, Lauren Nicole Johnson. She's a former coach. Well, she is a coach. She's a speaker, but she's the former mental performance coach for the New York Yankees. So pretty cool. So this was one of her posts because you guys know we all love the honeymoon phase of the New Year's resolutions, right?
Mhm.
It's the honeymoon phase. Everything's going great. We're super motivated. Things are jiving. Everything's working, in our way. Our workout partners are showing up. But then you have people like us that say it will get difficult, right? It's going to get difficult. It's not always going to be easy. So this was her post the other day. It will be difficult. Waking up early will be difficult. Building a new habit will be difficult. Making sacrifices will be difficult. Being consistent will be difficult. Being accountable will be difficult. Pushing past your comfort zone will be difficult. Failure will be difficult. But you won't master anything if you stop at the first sign of difficult. Don't run from it. Lean into it.
Hey, all right, good stuff.
I love that.
100%. That's crazy you said that because this past week, man, I don't know what it was, but I was struggling. I'm up every morning at 3:30 a.m., but I was really struggling with it, and it was just kind of like a reminder that, like, hey, man, that's not an easy task to do when we all get up super early. You know what I mean? So good quote, Ange. Okay,
Thanks.
sweet. All right, so actually, I wanted to talk about this because when I thought about today's topic, this is the first question that even came to my mind. And it was like, do you remember back when you first started? So, as we spoke in a couple of podcasts before, I didn't really have like a sports or exercise background. I kind of got interested in the gym when I joined the Navy. So when I first started going to the gym, like I was lost, man. I didn't really know how stuff worked. I think my biggest pet peeve was like someone coming over and being like, hey, you're doing that wrong. And but they wouldn't even show me how to do it right. But they'd like, no, you're doing that wrong. And then
they would show you how to do it right. You're just doing that wrong.
Right. And just left me. So imagine how odd that felt. But I remember just the beginning, man. And I had that excitement. I had like this vision of what I wanted to look like, and just where I wanted to be. And I remember I went through, I feel like every emotion and all the feelings when it came to working out. I, wanted to stop when I didn't see the results on the time that I thought they should have came in on, the not feeling like even getting started. The days when I didn't feel like getting up and like making it happen. I remember the days where I freaking was just on a gym high after my workout, man, like just feeling good. Hold on.
We may have lost him.
We lost him.
It's all right.
We lost him.
He'll be back. He'll tune in just a second.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see.
You want to segue?
Yeah. All right, Scotty. So you tell us about the first time you started.
So that's the tough one because I just remember always being in it in a way. You know what I mean? Like when I basically first started off, was my first activity was probably like karate when I was in elementary school, like before I did like anything. So kind of like doing that, and then soccer, and then leading up into just I never really like worked out at the gym until.
Oh,
Oh, he's back.
There he is.
He's
man,
back.
sorry about that, dude. I thought I clicked on the person that was calling, and I thought I like pressed end call, and I ended the meeting. I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway,
That's okay.
You're
Continue.
good.
Continue.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway, yeah, like I just remember all those feelings. Like I think I left off on like the days of being at like on like a gym high, all those things, man. So just looking back when I first started, I think the biggest thing was proper form, and then trusting the process. What about y'all? What about you? What about you, Ange?
Well, you guys know I come from the Stone Age, and I had no idea about working out. I had weight training in high school, which I think they still do. So went to college, field hockey team. We had to sign up for fitness maintenance. Okay. So back in college, you had to take a fitness maintenance class. So basically, you had to show up, fill out your card of your exercises that you did. And that's what you got graded on, showing up. So I knew how to work nothing. Okay. Exercise physiology wasn't even a major of mine at that point. Okay. I just knew I liked being fit and I liked working out. So, you get a little class, they show you how to work everything. Well, I'm doing the rower, right? I'm doing the rower, and my t-shirt gets stuck in the rower. I'm a freshman in college, and the guy who ran the fitness center was like a little older, lacrosse. He had to come cut my shirt out of the
Oh,
rower.
how much skin got exposed?
I thought you were gonna say like your shirt just ripped off.
Yeah,
so that is how I started my fitness journey. Right there. Fitness
that's
maintenance,
a strong start.
freshman year, captain of the field hockey team. Actually, not when I was a freshman, but on the field hockey team, to say the least. And my t-shirt gets stuck in the rower. So there you go. If you get embarrassed in the gym, keep going, because I had to keep going or I was going to fail a class. Scotty, top that story, please.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can. Like I said, like while Prente took a quick break, we I started getting into it. But like, yeah, I've always been in with sports, and then so basically, my dad we had an at-home gym, so it was one of those things that I started working out when I was in middle school. Like once I hit like sixth grade, going into wrestling, at Pop Warner, I just started doing like some small lifts with my dad. We had pull down, we had like bench press, we were doing squats, like everything. So I did it all before I even got to high school. So when I was a freshman in high school, I was able to actually show everyone kind of like how to do things, or kind of be like that guy where like, oh, look what Scott can do, like blah blah blah. So it was
Scotty
like,
was teaching my fitness maintenance class.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's like one of those things that I've always been comfortable with showing people how to do, because it's something I've learned at like such a young age, I feel like. So
Nice, man. Okay. Well, I think both of y'all have very interesting starts, man. Scotty was that guy that told me I was doing it wrong. That's what Scotty was. He started off already above in the game.
I would have. Well, maybe back then I might have been like, "Yo, dude, that's wrong." And then like,
and he would have cut my shirt. He would have cut me out of the rower and then laughed as he was walking away.
He probably would have just yanked you out. No scissors.
As I was cutting. Just ripped.
All right. All right, so check it out. Okay, so we talked about how we got started. For someone who is just getting started, I thought about, okay, if they're just getting started, is it better to, would you say, start with the group fitness class, start with a personal trainer if you can afford that, or use YouTube University, or just go in the gym, read the label off the machine, and take a hit at it? Now, when I think about this, I started off YouTube University. I was like 19, 20 years old. I didn't really have the money for a personal trainer. And I was way too shy and ashamed of myself, just being transparent, to go and work out with a group full of people. So I used YouTube University. One thing that I will say that I think that, that is a golden thing that we have in this era, is that you can literally go on YouTube, and try to find something out. But sometimes that doesn't always help. And I feel like, that's when you do need either the assistance of a trainer or a coach in a group fitness setting even. And I think that's what I see a lot of today is, unfortunately, a lot of people will go in the gym and just spin their wheels. And I think I want to give a huge thumbs up and just like show my respect for people that decide, hey, I'm gonna walk through these gym doors even if I don't know what I'm doing. Period. Because that's a big leap right there. So don't take that lightly. But I will say that like they'll be in there and they're just spinning their wheels, or they are potentially going to put themselves in a position to get injured. And I think when that happens, that could become frustrating. But then if you get decommissioned and you can't work out at all, then we're right back to square one. So I would say my advice to someone who, when you're new at this whole thing, and let's say you don't necessarily know what you're doing in there, I don't think there's something wrong with asking someone. As we mentioned before, maybe don't ask them while they're in the middle of their set. But if you see someone in there and they look like they know what they're doing, don't be afraid to ask. Like, hey man, like, look, not trying to take up too much of your time, but how do I do this? Or how did you do that? You know what I mean? If you got certain gym staff around, utilize them. A lot of times people that work in a gym, even if they're at the front desk or on the maintenance team, they're into fitness. Some of them really know what they're doing. You know what I mean? So I would say ask someone for help. You know what I mean? And just not being afraid to ask. And then always hit the YouTube University if you can afford it, personal training and or group fitness. What would you say to that, Ange?
So two main things. The first one is always have a plan. No matter if you're just starting out or if you are like us experienced, go to the gym with a plan. If you're going to go to the gym and you are going to have your own workouts, go with a plan. I am a huge fan, and I tell people who contact me, invest in a few sessions of personal training with the intention of letting the trainer know you're only here for 10 sessions. My goal with you is so that I can work out and join this gym in the area. I find great value in investing in yourself that way. I have multiple clients that jump on my schedule in January that we both know that's their intention. Okay. They're not going to be still training with me in July. They want to move on to their own, but they did take the time to invest in themselves to learn correctly what plan they should be doing. So I think that is huge, even if you only get 3 or 4 sessions with a personal trainer. So I'm a huge fan of that. The second is if you're going to join a group fitness class, I find great value in that. Why? Because personal trainers like us teach those classes. So
Right.
you can take a personal trainer out of the weight area, but you can't take the personal training out of the group fitness instructor. So we're going to treat you like you're a client anyway, just because it's a habit of what we do. I mean, we've all coached and taught classes. If I see somebody with bad form in my boot camp class, whoa, I'm over there. Like I'm watching people's form like a hawk. And some people might not like this. I am not a fan of the instructor that works out while they're coaching the class the whole time.
Yeah, the
Because
whole time,
I feel like they should be assessing form, watching the clients or group exercise participants. Spin class, yes, you're on the bike, you're setting the tempo, the pace, but jumping in for a few sets or obviously demonstrating is huge. But join that group fitness class if you have an instructor that's a personal trainer also, because they're not going to lose that. They are still going to make sure that you get that individual attention, because that's what we do. It's embedded in us. A good personal trainer is going to carry that over.
100%.
Right.
Yeah. What about you, Scotty?
So I definitely think that, like I say for most things, different strokes for different folks. Like it really depends on like if you're introvert, extrovert, like do you want that one-on-one feel? Do you want that group setting feel? But no, 100%, like you said before, huge respect for people, especially like F45 when they come in, like, I haven't worked out in 5 years. Like sometimes I'm like, you ready for this? Like, but that's like what we do at F45. It's group personal training. So it's group fitness and like personal training format. So it's, I at first I was like, ooh, like, I don't know if you're ready for this, but now it's more so like, all right, we got this. Like, here we go. Like, what do you know? Like, what have you done in the past? Kind of figure out, pinpoint what they do know. If you don't know anything, zero, you've never worked out in your entire life, don't even know what a squat is, I would definitely recommend getting sessions from a personal trainer. My experience being a personal trainer, your goal is not to have a client for life. That should never be your goal. Like, all right, cool. Like, this guy signed up. All right, I'm gonna have him for the next like 4 years. That should not be your goal. Your goal as a personal trainer should be, I want to be able to teach this person the ins and outs of the gym, what to do, give them a program so when they step foot in a gym on their own, they know what the hell they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to have to spend your entire life with this, because then what have they learned? All right. Like, maybe if they like the social aspect of it or something like that, or it's like some kind of like strength and conditioning or something like more like specialized, I can understand that. But like, if it's just like basic like strength training and kind of getting into it, like, that's not your goal with your client. Your goal with your client is to educate them, find out what they like so they know what to do and they can do it on their own. So they're not constantly just shelling out money every week and every month. But I like the group fitness formats, but definitely in a style like F45 is like, I want to say it's one of the best ways to go about it right now, because you have the freedom as a coach to go around and be able to correct everyone and give that one-on-one feel, rather than some other gyms where it's just like someone's constantly yelling at the front, or there's just, you don't know what's kind of happening. You're like, yeah, the person has to count down so they can't be with you the whole time. You know what I mean? Especially if you have a boot camp of more than 10 people, I feel like you're really kind of losing out on getting to everybody in that one-on-one.
It's hard.
Feel. It's hard.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you can keep track of 10 people at once.
Right.
You have 4 people that don't have good form. How are you going to hit all 4 of them? You know what I mean?
Scotty, I want to touch on that point. Totally. Right.
They all have different form in a different way. Like,
right. Yes. I used to teach classes on base up here in Harford County. I had 50 people in a boot camp once. It was so hard. So hard.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Largest camp I've ever taught has been about 42. And I mean, people kind of just sometimes get lost in that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you do your best because, you know, just like Scotty said, your intention is to keep everyone safe. You don't want anyone to get hurt on your watch. If anything, you want people to love fitness just as much as you do.
Exactly. Safety first, and then you just kind of go about it that way. But like, if you have more than 10 people, I would say even more than 6 people is getting too much. Like, obviously, if you know everybody and you know where everyone's at and self-efficient, and it's kind of more of like a cardio and kind of like just like move kind of class, like, I can understand that. But if you're throwing like squats, deadlifts, like weights above your head, stuff like that, that's where it can get like a little finicky. So it really depends on the situation, depends on the client, depends on the person. If you have questions, ask. If like, don't be embarrassed to ask. Like, that's like the one big thing. Like, I kept seeing all these posts coming into the new year. It was like, oh, here we go. The gyms are going to get filled and they're going to empty out real quick. I'm like, yeah, because these people want to change. And if you make them feel uncomfortable, they're going to leave because they're like, oh, this is like, they feel unwanted. So like, our goal is to make people feel comfortable when they come in through those doors. Like, show them like, hey, like, it's all right. You're starting fresh. Like, everyone does at one point. So it's like, let's get it going. Like be happy for them that they're here. Like, be happy that the gyms are filled up, because all these people have the same mindset, at least for this brief moment for some of them. So why not make it a long lasting thing?
100%. Completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I always get this question from someone who's just starting out. I'm sure y'all do too, of course. Just kind of comes with the territory. And it's like, okay, like, how should I lift? What should I do? This and that. I'll say that I think it's good to be versatile, good to kind of have a blend of strength, muscular endurance, cardiovascular health, be able to be explosive if you can, all that good stuff. But if you're looking at, okay, just getting started, I always tell people, I start with the rep range. I'm like, one, make sure you get some resistance training in there. Like, don't neglect cardio, but don't make it the end all be all either. Get that resistance training in. if you do it the right way, you can turn that into cardio. You know what I mean? Just throwing it out there. But I say start at aiming for 10 to 15 reps. Start around that range. You know what I mean? That way, if you're just starting off, a lot of people can still build muscle with that rep range. You can still build endurance depending on your level. You know, do circuits. You know what I mean? Don't just do just 4 sets at the bench, especially if you're just coming in. Don't just do it like that. Get a blend of everything. Get some push pull in, get some upper body, lower body blend in, blend it all up. That way, not only are you becoming well-rounded, but you are learning new movements quicker, you know what I mean? Because you're doing more than just one thing on that day. So you're learning new movements quicker. You are allowing yourself to pretty much like get that neuromuscular connection. So now you can blend up more movements. And then I just feel like it's a way of just not necessarily expediting the process, but being strategic with your time. You know what I mean? And as you develop more knowledge and then, you know, you get a better feel, then you move on to things like splits, or now we're trying to go for like, you know, 4 reps or 1 rep maxes, if that's your thing or the thing that you kind of want to get into, stuff like that. So I say, like, my question overall is, how do you think someone should lift or start training when they first hit the gym? What you got, Ange?
So Planet Fitness is very popular gym around here. So if I get a text message just from someone I know that's not investing in personal training right now, they just want to know my opinion, right? Just friendly advice, you know, one-on-one. I say, go to that circuit that they hide back in the corner, hit that circuit, start there with that circuit. Okay. The machines are easy. The movements are, wait, let me rephrase that. The machines are simple. The movements are simple. You can make them as hard as you want to with the weight that you're adding. They have them strategically placed. You're getting in some cardio, some active rest. Hit that circuit. Do not be embarrassed to hit that circuit if you are just getting into the gym, like you've never worked out before. Okay. So that's where I would push somebody if they've never worked out, they don't want a trainer, they can't afford this or that, they want to just hit that $10 a month gym, right? If it's someone who's coming to me, because a lot of personal trainers do program designing, right? So a lot of us will do program designing that we will send you over workouts. I know I've had some clients that lived in other states and other areas. You know, it really just comes down to their goals. What is it that they want to accomplish? Where are they coming from? What have they done? And also, you guys know this is important. We got to look at their nutrition. So, you know, we got to look at all these things and put all these things together. But my first advice would be, don't be too embarrassed to hit that circuit at your local gym that they already have pre-designed with the little red and
100%.
green lights at the top. Okay.
What is this? What is this circuit? I've never seen this before.
Bro, I've done this circuit before.
Yeah.
I started off
when
I started at Planet Fitness. So there we go. Yeah.
I don't even know about this.
It's
There
like
it
a
is.
dude, it's like a full body circuit of, like, I think they got most of it's cable machines. So it's safe,
Okay.
it's simple, like she said, and you can adjust the way to make it as hard as you want. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah.
Okay. Planet Fitness.
All right.
Yep. There it is.
All right.
There's my advice.
Hey, what about you, Scotty? I know you got something in that head, man. That's why I was excited to ask this question.
Honestly, I always like to stick with going full body, but keep it simple. You know, they say KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Maybe take out way the stupid, but make it PC. But yeah, just keep it simple. Hit your basic moves. Learn good form. Just, I would say, go around full body, and then you can always make things. I always think that getting a good base strength, it always starts with the base. Everything that you start with always has half a solid base if you want to build on top of it. So if you just go straight into something and you're trying to go max weight right away, you're going to hurt yourself because you don't have that overall strength. If you're going to go for hypertrophy and you're going to go for this range of reps for 3 to 4 sets, you're going to fatigue super fast because you don't have that muscle endurance. So body weight stuff I think is super important. Grab yourself a PVC bar or pipe, and then practice doing some moves, do some overhead squats, kind of focus on your form, alignment and stuff like that. That's where that personal trainer can come into play. You said YouTube. YouTube is a great way to kind of like really see like how like to learn if you don't feel comfortable going in that setting. But I think doing like some kind of full body to start off and getting your muscle endurance and building on your base that way would be the best way to go about it. No sense in like just trying to hit like one muscle group at a time, because you're just going to end up fatiguing it and then not wanting to come back in because you're going to be so sore the next like 3 or 4 days. So that's why I tell people when they come into the gym, I'm like, hey, give me 40, 50%. Obviously, no one knows what 40, 50% feels to them, because everyone just wants results now and they want to go all out. They end up all gas, no breaks, and they literally just die halfway through the workout. And they didn't eat anything, and then they feel nauseous and they want to throw up, and then they don't want to come back because then they're embarrassed. So it's like, give me 40, 50%. Like, no one cares. This is your workout. Who cares if you're in a group atmosphere? At least, like, who cares? Like, just this is for you. Like, don't give a crap about anybody else.
Right.
Exactly.
Don't we all
so
think everybody's worried about us all the time? Like, for some reason, we walk in the gym and we think everybody's like about us, and they're not. They're about themselves.
There for them.
I mean, everybody loves talking about themselves. Like, they're there for them. Trust me.
That's what school did to a lot of people. School ruined a lot of people because everyone just thinks they're like, oh, they're getting judged and stuff like that. So when they come out, like, they still had that like that fear, you know what I mean? So it's just like you have to get past that. So it's it's a huge mental game as well, as much as it is a physical game. So it's kind of putting you first in front of everybody and then just getting down into it.
100%, man. I definitely agree with that. I think the mindset with it all is the biggest thing. Like, when it comes to like, especially your fitness goals and you want to change your life, it is a-okay to be selfish about that. It's a-okay to be selfish about that, because it's about you. It's about you. You should be in that sense. Like, you go up in that gym, put the blinders on, and then you keep it pushing. All right. This is a fun question. 3 words or 3 terms that come to mind when you think about what's going to make someone or what will keep you coming back to a gym. Now, we just talked about, like, you know, at the end of the day, like, you got to do this for you. I'm saying that before I say what I'm about to say, because one of my 3 words is community. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you go to a gym and, you know, you feel like, you know, even if I don't talk to these people, I like being around these people, you know what I mean? Or like, these people kind of inspire me in a sense. Like, I think that's a big thing. You know, if you are in like a group fitness setting, and the community is beautiful, it's going to become, you know, addictive in a sense, because you don't want to be there. It's going to be almost like you go there to work hard, but it's going to be your social hour as well. So I think community is a big one. Convenience. You know, sometimes, you know, people are like, you know, you leave the house and you're ready to work it in and hit the gas, pre-workouts kicking in. Depending on where your gym is, if you experience traffic, then, like, you know, you might be a little motivated by the time
you might get road rage.
Might get road rage, that too. Man, don't drive off. Don't
pre-workout
you say, and drive.
Sorry, police officer. It's my pre-workout. I was speeding because it's my pre-workout.
Sorry.
Check my pulse.
I'm seeing sounds.
Man, and my lip is tingling.
2 scoops. It was 2 scoops. I'm sorry.
Oh gosh.
So I would say the commute, the community, and the convenience. You know what I mean? Like, when you go to that gym, like, are you able to do what you came to do? You know what I mean? Like, if you know, the squat rack is taken up in this night, do they have dumbbells so that you could do something else? Do they have this? Like, is it convenient so that you could do what you need to do? So those are my 3 terms. Really simple: the commute, convenience, and community. I think those are 3 things that play a big part or a big role in whether people continue to go to a gym, if they stick with it. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What about you?
3 C's.
3 C's, triple C's, man.
3 C's. All right. So I'll come from a different perspective, because I haven't had workout partners for a long time. Okay. So I'm going to talk from a different perspective. If you're someone who doesn't have a schedule that can rely on a workout partner because you need to go when you need to go. Okay. So number 1 would be, like you said, convenience, because studies show that if a gym is over 5 miles, or I think maybe over 10 miles, I'm not sure what the exact is, that you will not go. So it cannot be too much of a drive. You will not go. Okay. You may go some, but you won't be as consistent as you want to be. So it needs to be convenient and close to you. Okay. If you're somebody that likes to work out by themselves, it's important that the gym has everything that you need. Okay. So like things that you like to do, as well as maybe things that you don't like to do that you know how to do. Like it has to have a variety of equipment or space where you can do things if you are going to go to the gym. Not every workout has to have equipment in it. If not, you have to have space to do it. If that's what you're looking for. But guys, a really big thing for me is the gym owner being friendly to the people walking through that door. Like I want that gym owner sitting there saying hi to everyone. That is so important to me. I want friendly. I want, hi, how are you? You don't have to talk, but that is so important to me. And like today I go to a local gym by me, and Dennis is sitting there right at the front desk. Hi, how are you today? And I'm like, hi, I'm great. I just love that because it makes you feel welcome. Like they're happy you're there.
Right.
Because
That's a
really,
big
you're the
thing.
one paying the BG&E bill. Clients and members are the ones that are paying the rent. So you better say hi to them. That's a huge pet peeve of mine. And I love when I walk into a gym and somebody says, the owner's there or the front desk, and they say hi. Simple, but that's a big one for me.
Well, that's
So
really important.
convenience. Do they have everything you're looking for? Do they have classes? Do they have bikes? Do they have road? Like, what are you looking for? That's the first thing. And that takes, you have to have clarity on that. And number 3, I'm going to go with just the word friendly, inviting. Yep.
Nice. I like those.
Yeah, me too. I agree with all of that.
Scotty, what you got?
So I'm also going to take a little somewhat different of approach. I think a lot of it is with like mindset when it comes to this. So the first one for me is it needs to be fun and you need to enjoy it. You know what I mean? Yes, like things are going to be difficult, but like you still should, like my priority for every workout is to make sure I'm having fun. I'm singing out loud. Like, I don't care if I'm taking class with members or not. Like, I'm singing out loud. I'm jamming. Like, I want to make sure I'm having fun. It's a tough workout. Like, something's got to keep me in like the mood to kind of like go through it. You know what I mean? If I'm pissed off, sometimes that can get to my head and like I won't finish the workout if I'm like super pissed off. Like sometimes like I'll be angry. I'll be thinking about work or I'll think about something else and I'll just get kind of frustrated and my mind starts wandering. So something that's going to keep, like, I want to enjoy it. I want to have fun. I think that's one of the most important things to do when you're working out. Having it as a priority, like it should be one of your top things. If you want to look better, if you want to be healthier, if you want this for yourself, this should be one of your top priorities. So that means that means you have to make time for it. So making time to go work out. Like, all right, cool. I work at this time. Does the gym open that early? Does the gym have classes that early? No. All right, then I have to do it after. Or I think you figure it out. You find priority. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like I usually I do this and this, and like if there's just like hobbies are obviously important to you as well, but like if your health and getting in shape and just doing something for yourself is that important, putting it on top of your priority list, I think is very important.
Yeah, that's law, man.
Yeah,
and this one might go hand in hand.
One.
And this might go hand in hand is the commitment to it as well. It's just like being committed, and I had commitment and discipline written down, and I wasn't sure kind of which way to go about it. But I feel
both for sure.
Yeah, so I feel like those kind of tie in also with like priority is, are you committed? Like you have to do this every week. You have to do it. I'm not saying every day. When you start off, I don't recommend everyone working out every day. No, don't do that. Like start off 2 or 3 times a week, work yourself up, build yourself up, kind of like something like that. Like not gonna, like Rome wasn't built in a day, right? Like super popular
No, do
cliche.
something you can sustain.
Exactly. But like make sure you're disciplined enough to do it. Like have a game plan, like make it a priority. Like kind of all ties in. Like you're doing this for you, you gotta commit. Things aren't just gonna be handed to you. I made a reel the other day, and I said it's not about the hacks, it's not about trying to find the shortcut or trying to find the way under, like around, anything like that. It's about the journey. Like you're gonna learn more and be able to sustain stuff longer, or sustain your commitment, your plan a lot longer if you go through the journey. You learn from your mistakes, you learn what works, you learn what does and doesn't. So that's kind of where I'm at when it comes to having your 3, 4, whatever, how many terms I went with there.
Man, give them all, bro. You mentioned pretty much the journey, man. It made me think of this thing that Gary Vee said, and he said, "Do it for the process, not the prizes, and your life will be so much better." And I was like, hey, man, that's golden, dude. And that's a big concept to like grasp, you know what I mean? Because, you know, we all want something and we are trying to get somewhere or get something. And, you know, I think that, you know, a lot of times we do get those things and then it's just on to the next thing. And I really had to wrap my mind like around what does it feel like to really embrace the process? You know what I mean? What does it feel like to really just embrace it? All in all, and I think that's where I got my first like a humble pie at with fitness when I first started. Was like I was training for like the first 6 months and I was not seeing any physical results. And like, you know, I couldn't figure out why, but my diet wasn't in check. There was more to learn on the journey. I wasn't training the way I should have been for the result I wanted. But that leads me over to mindset. And I think that my question would be, what type of mindset does it take to begin and then to continue on the entire way without stopping? What type of mindset does it take? And I think that, you know, one of the biggest things is just being lion-hearted. Like I like to look at myself as a warrior in all situations.
Ah, that was my word. Yes.
Really? Oh man.
Keep talking.
Yeah, you gotta be a warrior in it all. Like during that workout, like, you know, you go into war, you go into battle, you know, in life with whatever it is you are trying to achieve, you go to war with that, you know what I mean? And you just put yourself in that mindset. And I think that is the mindset, man. Lion-hearted, being a warrior about it. I think that's the mindset that you need to start and to keep going. Sorry, I took that, Ange.
That's okay. It's a good one. But I'm going to piggyback on that. But you have to have the mindset that you will not take no for an answer from yourself. So this comes down to you have to want to do it for you. Like when it comes to nutrition and health and fitness, you have to want it so bad that nothing is going to get in your way, because we are surrounded by a world of distractions. We are surrounded by a world that wants to go out to eat, wants to lay on the couch, doesn't want to get up early. I mean, let's just be real. Let's just think about it. And I feel in today's world, it is 10 times worse than it was obviously 5-10 years ago. So you have to have that drive, that inner fire, that nothing is going to get in your way. You have to want it bad enough. You have to want it. 1% of doubt and you are out. Like that is the truth. And when you are looking to change your body, you literally need to wake up with that warrior mindset, because your personal development and your thoughts are a suit of armor that are going to get you through the day to make the right decisions. There is no ifs. There is no try. There is no maybes. Like, guys, you're either going to do it or you're not. Okay. And doing it doesn't mean you're grinding the gym 7 days a week. Doing it just means you're following your plan, whatever that plan may be. It can be a small plan. It can be, hey, you know, I'm getting on stage and exactly, 5 4 months from the day, you're looking for that weekly progress. You need that weekly progress. It doesn't have to be that extreme. It can be that you're looking for small results. Remember, James Clear, when you're making plans, think big. When you're thinking results, think small, because that's very true. And that way we're not getting frustrated. But I totally agree with that warrior mindset that you need to want it so bad for yourself. You cannot be doing it to impress anyone. You cannot be doing it for the gram. You can't be doing it for TikTok. You can't be doing it for any other reason, because if you are doing it for any other reason, you will not do it. You will not do it.
And even if you are, like, that reason can get wavy. You know what I mean? Even if you are, like, you got to be solid with yourself. But you spoke all that like a true warrior, Ange.
Mm-hmm.
I try.
Yeah. All right, Scotty, you up, man? What's up, dude?
No, I definitely agree with you guys on the whole warrior mindset. It's either like do or don't. Like, it's get it done. But like to piggyback, kind of like, I feel like I sound like a broken record sometimes, but it always comes back, or it comes back to also having a support team too. If you're not that person, or have never like been that person to just do it, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard. And that was my same thing. I always just would try to tell people, like, just do it. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you can't? Like, what do you mean? Like, just like go out and just go to the gym, like go out, start eating better. Like, but like I never, because it's something I didn't always eat well, but like the fitness part, it was something I just always did. Like, why can't you just do that, right? So when I went to Summer Smash last summer for first form, I met this girl, Jen Abolic, and she, huge first form Legionnaire, helps over hundreds of people through the first form app. She's makes great reels too. She's very inspirational. And like we were sitting down, all of them, they didn't drink, but I was the one that was actually drinking at one of the parties. And I was talking about one of my clients I had, and she was saying like you have to help them. Like, what do you mean? Like, because I was saying I was kind of getting frustrated. And she's like, no, like, you're not supposed to be getting frustrated. Like, you're supposed to be helping lead them to what they're supposed to be doing. So I was kind of describing like how like things were going, and they're like, you just need to like open it up. You need to guide them. You need to guide them to that path. So it's yeah, I definitely agree. The whole warrior mindset, but like some people need to be taught that warrior mindset. You can't just click it on either. So it's definitely trying to surround yourself with the people that are going to help you get there. You want to start going to the gym, find some people that are experienced. You're just going to, if you go with someone that has no idea what they're doing either, both of you might just like calling quits, because you guys are just both going to be lost or something like that. So you have to get someone that's also experienced, that has that mindset, and then that mindset will slowly feed off onto you. And then that's how I feel like you guys can grow and then go that way. But I was listening to Annie Frizella's Relay F the other day, and Sal Frizella, his brother, put up or closed it out with a quote, and he's like, you're like a tree. You're either growing or you're dying. And if you're not trying to help yourself become 1% better, if you're not trying to surround yourself with the people that you need to surround yourself with, then you're going in the wrong direction, and you're just slowly dying instead of actually growing. So that one hit me pretty hard the other day. And I felt like that was a good kind of like tie-in to have like a good mindset, is just try to be better every time. If you don't know how, find someone who has been successful with it and learn from them.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's so true. And Scotty, just to touch on that one point, if you are not surrounded by people that make you better, you have to actively find them or put it out in the universe that you're looking for them. You attract what you are. So if you are not attracting people that are making you better, you need to look inside yourself and see why, right? Yeah. That's very important. It's very uncomfortable. We guys talked about this when we did our year in review, how it is hard to do that deep work. It's necessary and needed. It's super uncomfortable, and it's really hard. Like, turning the light on yourself or turning that mirror on yourself and saying, what am I doing or what I need to do to be better to attract the people that I want to surround myself with?
Yeah.
That is true. It's hard. It sucks, but it is necessary.
Yeah. And surround yourself with people, and just like no one's gonna hand it to you. No one's just gonna be like, all right, here you go. Like, here's the answer to everything. Like, you're gonna have to learn. You have to show that you want to learn. Like, the people that are at the gym, like, you could tell the people that ask questions. They ask questions before class. They ask questions after. They're in the middle of a workout. They get my attention to come over. Yes, their form's all right. You know what I mean? Like, they're doing it correctly. But like, do you want the progression? I always tell people, like, we go over modifications and progressions. Like, obviously some people want the progressions, like, just like, those people, like, you're always trying to like make them better, but like some people are still learning, but like they also need a progression at some point. They, like, you want to make sure that they're at that level and they're comfortable enough to take that progression. They need to be willing and have the courage to at least like speak up and say, like, hey, like, what do I need to do to be better?
Yeah, I would say, man, we could close out on that, dude. That was good, y'all. I would end it with just, man, piggybacking off of what both of y'all said. We've been piggybacking a lot because I think we just got some
I know,
stuff,
right?
man.
I like this. This has been good.
I'll just say, man, just always focus on evolving. As long as you are alive, man, treat it as an evolution, in everything that you do, from the gym to life. You know what I mean? A big thing that I'm always focused on trying to be better at is being a better dad, man. So there'll be sometimes like I'll notice my patience getting short and I have to like just shut up really quick, like, and like realize like something, you know what I mean? Like, but just always focus on evolving. Always focus on evolving, you know what I mean? Like, and becoming the best version of you. Like, acknowledge that you good, you getting better, but that you can still get a lot better. But yeah, man, that's what we got for y'all today. And Scotty, y'all got anything else y'all want to throw out there for the people before we leave them? No pressure.
Well, here's one thing that I want to say too, is being 1% better. Okay. Remember, there's 1 degree between boiling and not boiling. Todd Durkin was always suggested a really good book. I believe it was called 1 Degree. Okay. So having SMART goals, okay, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, timely, go to that R, that realistic, because that is the #1 place where people, I'm going to use the F word, fail, is because their goals are not realistic. They're trying to change everything in one swoop, and that's not going to create success. Yep. So I suggest you look at that and make sure that you have realistic goals that you can do. Okay. And people like us, we don't wake up and we weren't born naturally ready to conquer the world. We had ambition instilled in us. We've worked on ourselves. So give it time. Somebody was talking to somebody and they're like, oh, you're so organized and you get all your macros and you do this and this. I said, you think I was born this way? Like, people who are workers, they train, they learn, they have grown into this. Okay. So they have put the work in to become those people, because it is an equal playing ground. We need to put in the work. We need to look at who's influencing us, who is around us. And no matter if you are around people who are trying to push you down, take the step to get around people that are trying to lift you up. And it's a very difficult and painful process, because it could be family, it could be friends, it could be parents, it could be siblings, it could be, you really need to look at that. And who are you surrounding yourself with? So that would be the thing that I would leave people with, is SMART goals, and look at who you surround yourself with, like we just talked about, that Scotty brought up.
100%. And piggyback off that, just, do you want to be given a fish, or do you want to be taught how to fish? That's how it is. Do you want to be given the shortcut? Do you want to just be given the hack, and then like later on, like, oh, now you have no one to give you anything? Like, now you have no idea what to do. Now you're in the dark. You have to start from square one. Where do you want to be taught how to do it and go through the journey and make it yourself?
Right. There's a lot more I could say about that too. But we are coming up on time. What y'all working out to this week? My song is Savage by Weathen and Flux Pavilion. All right. It's a banger. But that's what I've been listening to. That's what I've been playing in group fitness classes, especially during our finisher. And yeah, I was vibing out to it. It's a good one. So y'all
stay tuned for that Megan Thee
on
Stallion.
Nah, man. No. It's funny because like when I typed it in to look up the artist, that was the first thing that came up. Like, nah, bro, it's a great song, by the way, but nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh,
Not this week, man. Not this week.
Not this week.
Different type of sadness this week. What you got, Ange?
All right, so I'm listening to so much old music right now. So it was really hard for me because, gosh, I took it all the way back to TLC's first album that came out.
TLC first
album. I got the tape and I was obsessed with it, but I'm not going that route. I'm going back to 1989. Okay. Motley Crue. Crue. I love me some hair bands. Motley Crue actually has a song called Angela, which much better than the Rolling Stones song Angie that I'm named after. I'll take Motley Crue, Angela. All right, so Kickstart My Heart, Motley Crue.
Yes, Kickstart My Heart.
All right, I gotta listen.
That's like my number. That's like my banger.
Put that on your playlist for boot camp, Prince. It's a must.
People are just gonna want to like wreck shit.
Yeah, run through the wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna do that. I gotta clean up later, but it's cool. I want today's leg day at my spot. So yeah, let's go.
Perfect. For my song, what I like to jam out to, Run the Jewels. I know Prince knows that. You know, Run the Jewels.
Who's the artist?
Like two guys. They're two guys. Yeah, two guys. They're an artist.
What's the song? What's the song?
Run the Jewels. Call Tickerton. It starts off just kind of like really fast beat, and then they just like rap really hard behind it. Is this
one of those songs I've walked in on you playing like at the studio, shirt off?
Probably, most likely. And I'm just like, yeah. Listen to any of their albums. Their albums are really good too. Run the Jewels, and then the song is called Tickerton, Tickerton.
All right, adding that in too for sure.
I can't wait to hear that one.
Yeah, that one sounds great. It's gonna be lit. All right, well, hey man, it's been good kicking it with Angie and Scotty today, and we are thankful for y'all tuning in. I'm excited for this year, as we already talked about that. Super excited, and I just can't wait to the next podcast. I can't wait just to see how it all unfolds. And for everyone that is starting or restarting their fitness, just their fitness journey. Look, we are rooting for you. We believe in you. Or continuing, all of that. Yep, exactly. Yeah, don't forget about them. That's us too. So we're rooting for y'all. And as always, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can find us. You can find me at Train Like Prince on all platforms, especially Instagram, as well as 3 Dope Individuals on IG. That's where Scotty's at too. Where can they find you at, Ange?
Ange Fit on mostly Instagram. Just Instagram.
Wait. And Elevate the World, of course.
And Elevate the World on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you know someone that's just starting out, send them this episode.
Yes.
And you guys can find me at Sky the Body, Instagram, 3 Dope Individuals. That's pretty much it.
Cool, man. All right, y'all. Well, it's been great, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
See ya.
Peace, world.